more time with our shadow work for the weekend. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American civil. I am your messenger God, his first creation, called the Divine Feminine. I am the Lilith. In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch my last live video, anything I posted in my community page, and my latest short. Did you guys see that? I wanted to buy it, but I didn't. What was it? I was at the supermarket after I went to go to the spiritual store. That was a whole nother fucking venture upon itself. What happened? Well, I went to go get the new version of this book, right? Because this book only goes till 2025. And right as I pulled into the parking lot, my spirit was like, look for another one. Because this book, I literally get like 2 pages out of it, and then there's like 35 pages of fucking crafts and fucking cooking shit and fucking spell work and all this stupid bullshit in there that I don't fucking use. So right before I went to go in, I had already called to make sure they had it, and they did. And I was guided to look at the other ones they had. I was like, you know, there's a lot of crap in here I don't use. I was like, do you have something more of a different type of witch's almanac? And he pulls out all of them, and I saw the same creator that makes this one, which was, shit, let me pull it back out. And I've been using them for 2 years. LILLINS. So they make different almanacs and stuff. So there was this other one. It's called a planetary almanac, but it doesn't start till January. So I was like, well, I guess I don't need it now. Same thing with the moon chart. I was going to go get a moon chart because I'm so fucked up in my moons. I don't know where I am in the moon cycle because I haven't been outside paying attention to the moon. So I was going to get one of those, but that ends in December too, and that doesn't make much sense. So I was like, all right, so I didn't make any purchases. And then after that, I went to the grocery store. And National Geographic is doing a whole issue on paranormal. And I'm like, no way. And it costs just as much as my book, fucking $15. I've never bought a magazine from them before. But you have to understand the legitimacy of National Geographic doing this study. They cannot put false information out. And I took in pictures of it, and I really want to get that issue. I just didn't do it at that time. I don't know why. Because it spoke of all the things I teach you here. And I turned to my kids when I saw it, and I took a picture, you know, took some pictures of what was in it, and I was like, this is proof that the awakening is happening. It's being hit by journalists. They're being called to look into these things. Everybody is. And on that kind of level, do you know what I mean? This is, National Geographic goes back in time. These are studies of the world we live in. So I was very intrigued by that. It was pretty cool. Really? Yeah, there was that. And then I was scrolling on Facebook, and Mike Stead popped up talking about a Red Rocks tour date. So I went to go message the bastard, and I saw he blocked me. So you're such an infantile little bastard. Well, you got tired of me calling you gay? Or the fact that I can't stand your music? Whatever the case may be, I told him I'd see him at Red Rocks. You know how petty of an artist you have to be to block? I guess maybe because he couldn't stop my messages. I don't know why he did it. But I think it's hilarious. I've picked on him. You think I pick on Russ? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Mr. I want to be spiritual. You're going to have a spiritual awakening on those rocks, just like fucking everyone else that does go there. What happened to you, Logic, after your little October 4th, nobody heard about it, trip to Red Rocks? Silence of the Lambs. We know what happened to fucking Russ. He started his tour at Red Rocks, and it was a fucking shit show from there. Whatever happened ended fucking Big Sean's fucking marriage, or never was going to be one. Aaron ended his family. I haven't checked on that girl that you drug along on your little parade, but I'm sure she's not doing so well. She might be knocked up or something. I'm not sure. And it's funny because I come back to these cards and it's the tribe. I'm like, oh, you mean the fucking bench warmers? You got Mike Stud over there that can't swing a bat, that likes to sure, you know, he sure is one hell of a catcher. He's over there catching fucking Aaron Rodgers or fucking... Never mind. Moving on. Let's move on to... Let me find the guidebook, and we're going to keep going through the dark. Wolfman's popping up with videos, and I'm like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I don't want to hear your perspective on my love life. It's never been right to begin with, to be honest. Except for the loser on the other end that doesn't know how to make contact. It's the only time you ever got that right. You got that right. Who's the loser this time? Well, considering that I'm in a freaking twin flame journey with you, all bets are off. It's just, they're talking about you, loser. But you don't believe in that. You don't believe in the cards. It's for somebody else. Number 28. Moving on. As you can see, I don't love you anymore than the last video. I still appreciate that you're not trying to be a rapper like fucking Mike Stud. You're still striking out there. Whoop, whoop. Alright, let's see here. 28. Ooh, the next one's good. Let's talk about this damn soul tribe I got stuck with when I got here. Community, connection, family. A tribe of people gather. They hold hands, dance, and come together in celebration. This could make me cry. Let's see if it does. 3 of the tribe's women look into the flames of the communal fire. In the flame, they can see the image of a woman and the ravens with the feathers of flame. In Ireland, the fire festival throughout the year were times of gatherings and coming together in community. They raced horses, they played games, they sold wares. Hey, remember Mr. Plum said that? So what the fuck does that mean, Mr. Plum? So funny. God, I want to call him right now. Dude, some of the shit he said, I died, bro. I died. I just died. There was this story, some of his stories, bro, I died. This story, though, I made a video, too. I went live, dude. There's this really old prostitute out on that main strip. And he's like, oh, yeah, they told me she sold her wares. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? He said, well, that's what I said. And I thought they meant, like, you know, Tupperware or something. Her underwears. I said, are you serious? He said, right there. And she take her little dog with her. I said, shut up. We made jokes about her for like 15 minutes. He drove down the street and I got her on camera. It was great. She was like, seriously, dude, she was like 50 years old. This 50-year-old black woman with her little dog out there. It was like a little, like, chihuahua or something just as ugly. Seriously, it's a true story. I'd never heard that fucking said before. And here it is, written in this fucking book. He told me some stories, bro. He told me this, my favorite story, I'm gonna cry right now, bro. The kid said, I ate him. His stories were so good, dude. He would fuck me up, bro. Don't smoke a joint and be by him. He'll kill you. He will kill you with a story. He was telling me about this kid, bro. This kid, they didn't have words for kids like that back then, but let's just say this kid was hella autistic. He was on the spectrum of something. Anyways, he told me this kid had an affinity to eating crayons and stuff. He said, but especially it went by color, and he really liked the blue ones. He told me this story. How this kid would eat people's homework. He'd eat their colors. He said one time he had this little on his desk. It was from Lilo and Stitch. And someone had given him a little Stitch, and it was sitting on his desk, and then all of a sudden it was gone. And he looked at him, and he said, what happened to my Stitch? He said, I ate him. He had these great stories. He said this one girl came in and was bouncing her boobs on the table. She just was doing it for fun. And all the boys were on. He had the greatest stories, dude. Oh, God. Selling your wares. Okay. I've never heard that before until now. Really? Yeah, he had some great stories, bro. Alright, they raced horses, played games, and they sold their wares and worshipped together. I can't. Oh, I miss him so much, dude. Seriously, I'd send the kids off. He'd come out. He just kind of, it'd start with something so simplistic about the weather, bro. It'd always start with the weather. And after 25 minutes, we had been through 75 years of his life and all kinds of funny stories, bro. I mean, everything. Way before like 10 o'clock, dude, he had filled me with so much information. Oh man, anytime you sat with him, he had a story, a great one. He said that my ex-husband used to be real condescending and say, not everything has to be a history lesson. Hey, dude. What else does he have but to teach you about history? He's seen some shit. And then, to go teach that guy that, how to use his fucking debit card in a drive-thru was pretty amazing. You know what I mean? I love him, dude. He was really great. I didn't have no older family like that. He's fun. He got his records, all kinds of stuff. He'll teach you anything, dude. He's a teacher. Anyways, moving on. But also their fire festivals were occasion for tribes to gather as one. It is the fire we cook food over and share. It is the fire we give our offerings to the gods when we come together to connect to the divine. It is the fire that keeps us, on page 117, that keeps us warm, that we share with others. Family is what we make of it. Some of us have family of blood, others family of choice. Who do you share your fire with? Who do you celebrate with and hold dear? When I say it with such joy, but I feel like it comes out sad. I have God and the Holy Spirits. They're my family. They're my friends. I do have, my oldest children who are appearing because of this certain time of the year, which, it's those things, like, if you're around them, their family, you have to, like, put in a lot of effort. Christian, leave her alone!
He's throwing his phone at me because he won't stop.
Hold on a second.
I told you to stop 3 times.
Okay, come out, Christian. Just come out of there, please.
You're going to continue to get hit if you don't stop.
Please come out of there, Christian. Hold on a second. They're going to go at it. I can feel it. Millie and CJ, please. Guys, I'm on a video.
I'm not even on your side.
She's not. Why are you bothering her?
You are.
Stop.
That's all you've been doing.
I understand. Stop yelling at me. That is all you've been doing, and I told you to stop it out there. So stop it. If you can't control yourself with the game, I'm going to take it away. There's no reason to get that upset about a game. I'm going to take it. Why do men or women or children or any of you get that upset with a game? They watch YouTubers that do the same thing, bro, that go completely ballistic and scream, and Joe Bart is exactly that. Like, they scream and go super crazy. They do everything but cry. Why the fuck do you guys do that all day? Why do you get so invested in something that's going to get you so fucking pissed off? And then turn around and do it again. Just to get pissed off again. You're more pissed off than you are happy about the game you're playing. I don't fucking get it, bro. I don't fucking get video games, bro. People do it to be pissed off. Not to win, but to fucking get mad about losing. They're designed to challenge you, but in the challenge, all you do is get fucking pissed off, and if you're not pissed off, then you're fucking crying. It wasn't meant to be easy. Not for you that's fucking 14 or some fucking 45-year-old man. Because they know that they got all kinds of people playing it. The whole point is to fucking make you work hard for this shit. And while you're working for it, you're getting mad and crying like a bitch. I can't stand video games. They used to be fucking fun. My favorite video game was like Mario Party, where there was like little games and fun. Didn't matter if you didn't win or lose or nothing. It was just fun. You guys are fucking psychotic. And then you want to spend all kinds of fucking money on the shit, too. To what? Get mad? Or cry? They took all my shit. I hate that fucking shit, bro. I really do. Can you tell? Fuck that fucking video game, bro. I'll be the type, bro, and I've done it. In my unhealed ways, I have grabbed that Xbox. It's amazing that Xbox made it that time. I have done it so many times in my unhealed way where I got tired of it and ripped it out of the fucking wall and threw it across the room. Seriously? Oh yeah, bro. Don't piss me off, bro. I'm gonna break your fucking Xbox, your fucking PlayStation. Don't make this so serious, bro, that I gotta literally fucking break the shit, bro, for you to pay attention like you can't see past the fucking screen, bro. I've done that a billion times, bro. Seriously, that's what I'm telling him. If you don't fucking stop, bro, I will take this fucking phone from you, bro. He knows it. I've already had to replace phones for doing stupid shit like that, but I'm not gonna, I'll take the shit and go put it in my fucking car real fucking quick. Just have you sitting there fucking so mad and crying, because now you don't know what to do with yourself. And you're gonna come out here and watch some fucking YouTube, watch somebody else get mad and cry about the fucking same game you can't win. A grown-ass man. Seriously? Oh, shit. Don't get me started, bro. I'll play that video game bullshit, bro. Have fun. It's fun. Have fun. But when you start acting like a fucking maniac, bro, this shit ain't fun. Turn that shit off. Get that shit off my fucking face. Get your fucking attitude out of my fucking face, bro. Fuck you so pissed off about. It's a fucking game. As I said that, I remember the fucking 40-year-old fucking Pokemon players this morning lined up to get their fucking mystery cards. Okay, guys, whatever. Anyways, I don't fuck with people. Tribe represents family and lifelong connections. I have soul connections that live in these enormously annoying people that are here in my soul tribe. But as I had said earlier, they don't really seem to display any part of a soul. So I don't really have a tribe. If they were actually soul-like, then I'd we'd have more to. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't, guys. All that ever brings us together is our unhealed ways. After that, there's nothing that keeps us together. What, music? We completely think very differently about what music is. 100%. I mean, I don't think we jam to the same tune, bro. Like, at all. My idea of creating versus your mastery of what you do is not the same. I'm still new and inventive and excited about the shit. I'm still optimistic. I still believe in it. What do I have in common with Lewis Hamilton in this life, other than pain and suffering? What do I have in common with any of you? I am not a fucking tarot reader. So what do I have in common with you, Wolfman? Knight of Wands, fucking tendencies? Nice. That's beautiful. Really like that. It's not some of the worst ones I share. What do we got, Allie? Rejection and neglect? Love it. What do we got? Marshall, what keeps us together? Rage, hatred, vengeance. Ah, oh, so lovely. What is it, Bobby? Lust and sex. Oh, how lovely. I don't have anything in common. I'm okay with that. And that's why I try to stick to myself, because I'm not like you, and trying to be like you is just a fucking headache. Because you're trying to be like other people. Tribe represents family and lifelong connections. It is the people who love and understand us best, whether they are blood relatives or family of the heart. That's what they are, my family of the heart. This room is filled like Thanksgiving. Everywhere I go, it's filled like Thanksgiving with spirit. Not individual, just spirit. That's what I said to the pest control when I left him. I was like, bro, my room is anointed. It's not haunted, and you're gonna sense the spirit in here when you get left in this room. It's like, all right, and that's just it. It's like it's full of spirit. My car, everything. As I sit there, you know what I mean, under the stars. It's like I'm full of spirit. And it's not one spirit, but the Spirit of God. And that spirit can take form in all the different spirits that God has come in, which are your ancestors, your dead people. You know what I mean? My living guides. Your dead are my living guides. Any of them. It's so outrageous, all of them that come to visit me. In the beginning, I didn't know, and I would say literally, only in the last 6 months did I understand as I went through my Hecate. I am the guide of the spirits, so all spirits came to the guide, but only the highest levels, of course. But all spirits, with all spirits of the other side, because I am the guide of spirits. That's why I always tell you now, I'll see you on the other side. I know for sure I'm there. I'm the feminine force that's there. There's a masculine force, which is God, and then there's Goddess, and I'm there. As soon as you cross over, I'm there. I know that. I didn't know that, though, in the beginning. Why the fuck are all these fucking dead people coming to me? They're not dead. They're living spirits to me, guys. They live. This card signals a time of connection, a time to build and nourish the bonds of friendship and family. It also asks you to consider who your tribe is. It is a time to connect with others in meaningful ways. Well, I guess going into the holidays, it makes you reflect on some shit like that. It's not that I wasn't born of a family, I'm just not one of them anymore. You know what I mean? I don't think I ever really was, to be honest, guys. If we rolled a tape of, me at family functions, you'll see it was no different than me at any function. I'm having the time of my life. I'm the life of the party, but I wasn't really invited to this party. I just crashed the party. I am the party. I just came to party. But no, we didn't really. There's these families that have their cousins. Sort of, I'd like to say that was, that was my cousin's wife, but that wasn't true. I see that now. She just needed to have a way in, and I was, the black sheep. She waited for me to come in because, then she had someone to connect with because she was the black sheep until I came in the room. And I know that now. I don't long for it because what I felt when I was around them is worse than, I don't know. I didn't grow up in a happy home. And even the extended family, our cousins and our aunts and stuff, it was 3 aunts and each of their kids, and everybody high-horsed and on their own little shit, bro. I don't know. I just didn't. Even with my sisters, I tried so hard, and I always felt like, the white sister. They're mixed, obviously, and they have all their black family, and whenever I would try to connect, it was like they wouldn't let me. They had to stand in the solidity of their black family, their black culture. I was a piece of my mother. But I didn't understand how they didn't see my brother that way. Same thing with my father. He saw me as a piece of my mother. He would use that as opportunities to ask about my brother, in fact, both of my brothers. But no. And as far as friends, I've shown you over and over again, they end up being extremely fake. Everything, they think I want them to be, and then I find out they're full of shit, and I cut them off. I gave Morgan a second chance. I was thinking about it in my car. I kind of got a little upset. I'm like, it's been 2 days. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to have to throw this fucking cake away. You haven't gone and took it to her house? She hasn't answered the fucking phone. Do you think I haven't called her? It's just sitting in my front seat. I know you're upset or whatever your case may be, but you can't pick up the phone. I told her I'd gotten it for her, too. That's just how it is, bro. Every time I try to get close to somebody, it just backfires real hard on my case. I'm grateful for the opportunity and the ability to get close to somebody, but in the end, it's just very temporary. It's almost like, I'm going through something and then God just puts an innocent soul there for a minute and I feel really grateful. But they can't stay there. Because once I'm out of whatever I was going through, they're really not useful. And in essence, where did they even come from? It's like when I'm in shadow work, I just attract people. You know what I mean? Like Diana, all she did was bring up a lot of fucked up shadows. Or maybe she didn't, and she was just egging on my own story. Because that's what Morgan said. Morgan said she was lying, bro. She was just saying, playing the Me Too. I don't know if her ex-husband was actually gay. I don't know if any of the stories she told me were true. I didn't really question her until the end, and that's where it is. It's like, aren't you psychic? I've learned not to look at people, because if I do it right away, I'll walk away right away. I don't want to look into your darkness, because ultimately it becomes a red flag. I know the truth, so I'm waiting for the truth to show itself. It's kind of like, So on purpose, I try to see the good because of that. It's too easy to see the bad, because that's what I do as a healer. So I try not to. I try not to read into things. I try not to read into people so simplistically. I simply try not to ask any questions of the universe. Simple shit like, what the fuck are they doing? And here comes the truth. And you would say I didn't ask, but I did in my head. All I did was ask in my head. I looked at somebody and asked, and my spirit told me the real truth of what the fuck they were doing. The kind of shit that makes your skin crawl. Damn, I wish I didn't know that. Something like that, bro. I asked what those girls were doing, and they literally showed me them smoking pills on aluminum foil, bro. I was like, oh, God. Really? That's the vision they gave me. My mind didn't make that up, bro. I haven't seen nobody do that since I don't know when. I didn't just make it up. And they did. They got all fucking weirded out, didn't they, though? I sit here, I could almost be sad, but then, like Muhammad Ali, he came in, and this was a grown-ass man. You know what I mean? Very fortunate, and it's like, there's no such thing as friends. They're only with me for what they can get. And when there isn't anything to get, they're gone. 100%. And I'm looking at Red. I never spoke to him, but he heard that I spoke about it, and he hasn't said one word to me in like 6 days. Oh, 'cause I don't got no food stamps to sell you. Now you ain't got shit to say to me now, huh? Since you can't bum a cigarette off me, there's nothing to talk to me about now, huh? And again, he was over there when I'm sitting under the tree crying. When I'm fighting with one of these people, there he is. Was he there as a savior or just being motherfucking nosy? I be thinking people, I be wanting to like people. Look at Bobby, bro. That's sad. That one hurts my soul. I had to keep just pretending like that. Not pretending, but just forgiving. It's like, bro, this dude is not your friend. This dude is, like, absolutely wicked what's doing to you. And I had to keep doing it because there was more that I needed to understand about this. But do you see what I mean? It's like I stepped outside of my marriage, and that's the type of dude you know what I mean? You see the type of dudes, the type of people. That's why I stayed away. I stayed to myself, bro. I got tired of getting fucking fucked over by people. I was too nice. And every time I did it, it would still happen. So then you go into, like, my music career. I go in and try to make friends with a bunch of fucking backstabbing, no talent, fucking drug-using fucking losers. Going back to Eminem, do you know where he got that idea, bro? And Daddy Yankee's doing the same thing. I spoke about this over a year ago. I told them that they could be performing at college football games, NFL games, shit like that. It was my dream to perform at Formula One because I had wrote a song to it. And I wanted to be the first one to perform at the fucking very first Las Vegas Grand Prix. I had made that a year before. It was my dream. And that bitch came and fucking, you know what I mean? Nothing. He took my dream and made it his reality. That's fine. Somebody had to, I suppose. But I was hurt by it. And then I was like, fuck it. It's made for people bigger that, you know what I mean, can, you know, fill the stage. But it wasn't. They were my fucking visions that he turned into reality. And it's just the first, and Daddy Yankee's doing the same thing. He's performing in half times. This isn't new. Not to my eyes. You're just stealing my fucking creativity like everyone else, and that's what it is. It's like every time you fucking come out here with some fucking fake ass shit that you think you came up with, I know where it came from. And I got the videos to prove it, bro. You're a thief and a liar and a cheat. All of you are. You're fake. You're a bunch of divine feminine energies. A bunch of bitches, bro. Just like me. Not even half of what I am. Maybe even a fragment of what I am. You were meant to reflect back the unhealed versions of me. And once I'm done with that, I'm done with you. Because you were nothing but an unhealed version of a weak girl named Lisa. That's all they were made for. So what's Wolfman made to make me face my promiscuous ways? How I sacrificed myself through sex for love? You think that Bobby would have taught me enough about that, but no. We've got about 5 more months of this shit. How do you know 5 months? I don't know. My spirit said. And then I looked up and I realized that Jupiter's retrograde is 5 months, so perhaps that is it alone. I don't know. That's all it is. What the fuck do I have in common with Kanye West? Anybody? I don't know who your family is. Maybe they're extremely important and you're just like them and you could be nothing without them and you need them to survive and, you know, all glory to them. My family destroyed me. My friends destroyed me. My lovers destroyed me. My spirit guides is all I need to survive. They're my family. They rebuilt me. They keep me alive. They keep me going. They make me better. That's what family's supposed to do. They never leave me. They love me more when I'm unlovable. They'll never let me give up on being better. Building connections with people and support and growing our local communities can be extremely rewarding. It can also be quite difficult if you're new to an area and have trouble finding like-minded people where you live. Use this spell to strengthen your bonds of a community or help you find others to build a community with. What do we got here? An offering liberation of choice. I don't know if that's what God's doing. You know, I shared the video about my fast. I was guided to do it. And it kept going on about the fasting was done before the ministry work had started. But that's what I'm doing. It says a drum or a drumming music track. Oh, this is your favorite part, Russ. This is where you go take someone's drum kit and call it your own. Place the card, place all the spells at the altar, light the candle, pour your offering into the offering bowl. Think about being in the company of like-minded people who gather for the shared purpose. I guess all I can see is the congregation, but it's not like-minded. I look down upon you. Not in a way like that, but I mean, like-minded would say that you can access the 11th dimension like me. That you have a mind like me. That's not true. It's not true at all. I tried to say that yesterday. He may be interested in spirituality more than others, but he's no more spiritual than any of you. If anything, he's more flesh-like. He has a far bigger ego. We had talked about people like him for years before he came, and that was fake spiritualists. How to identify them. That they're all about the things of this world. That proclaim the things of God. He's made it very clear that he doesn't know Christ or pray to God. He prays to deities and demons and entities, as he calls them. Anybody that doesn't know God uses words like ancestors in the universe, guides, ascending masters, your angels, your spirit guides. Anybody that uses those words, guys, you need to be very careful. They're trying to divinate outside of God. They're trying to talk to something that they believe is outside of God. If they don't use the word God, then you're dealing with a witch. I am a witch, the highest level witch, that teaches everything about the craft. But I do it in the glorious name of Jesus Christ and in God. I am one of a kind. Those that seek to teach you about the universe without God are misleading you. If they do not speak to Christ or God, then right there, that is the evil they spoke of in the Bible. They seek to lead you away from Christ, all things Christ-like. What is the Antichrist? Is it a form of a person or an energy within all people? Christians are Antichrist. A majority of them. And I'm going to put that on a t-shirt too. And wear it proudly. You are Antichrist. You do not believe in the things that Christ spoke of. You do not believe in acceptance. You do not believe in patience. You do not believe in forgiveness. You do not believe in long suffering. You do not exert joy or happiness or generosity or kindness or any sense of love for thy brother or thy sister of any other color, race, or creed. You are not Christ-like. You seek all things of this world to make yourself powerful through pride. You are the enemy that the book spoke of. It stands before us in a flesh bag. Named what? What is your name? For you are not of my God. Nor your children, nor your parents, nor your family, nor your friends, nor your country. You have long forgotten our God, who art in heaven. You seek to be a God to the people of this world, but you have no authority over them. I, the witness, the female in the Revelation times have come, and judgment is upon you. The judgment of Christ in the second coming. He has come to judge you, and he is not in one form, but he is here for all to see. You will all be judged accordingly. Run to your communities. Run to your churches. Run to your enablers. Run to the people just like you that allow you to do such things. Run to the drunks. Run to the drug addicts. Run to the haters. Run to the fucking bigots and the racists. Run to your people so we can burn you in the groups. because you are guilty by affiliation. You cannot hide, for your friends and family wear it thicker than you could. Thicker than thieves are you all. You are born of the dark, and if you choose to stay in the dark, then you shall spend eternity in the dark, never knowing the light. That is your free will choice, given to you by God. You choose your destiny, to live in the light of truth and love, or to hide in the dark of lies and shame, embarrassment and regret for the rest of your fucking lives. Your children will live in the regret and the shame of what you've done. They'll hide your lies. They'll be just as cursed, for you carry the curses of your fathers' fathers' fathers. Continue to the loyalty of the cursed bloodline, or set your bloodline free and carry the light. Leave the dark to which you were born and walk in the light. It's your choice. They had theirs. They have a choice every day. Your fathers, your sisters, your brothers, your lovers, your cousins. You're not dragging them to church on Sunday. But is Christ there? Are they searching for Christ? Do they not have him in their heart, teaching him how to be good people? There's no goodness without that book. Then they're not light. These are dark people, grasping for the light that does not lie in that book. Christ isn't dead, nor does he live in that book or any of your churches. He lives in the hearts of God's people. He guides us. He teaches us how to be patient and kind with God's people. He teaches us how to be generous and forgiving, understanding. That's Christ Almighty. He's not outside of us. He's inside of us. But we can see him outside of us and other people as well, by their kindness. We know that's Christ-like. That only Christ would call you to be such a kind person, because it's not in humanity to be this way. Christ be with you. I'm sorry, what was that? That was Buddha that made you so kind? That was what? What God made you be such a kind person? So forgiving, so open, so honoring, so generous, so faithful, so believing. All things good are of God. Those that don't praise God have no goodness. Watch out for this. Especially with that. Everybody wants to be part of the spiritual world, but they want to avoid God by doing it. Because what comes with God? Truth. Truth. As far as judgment, I've told you what it looks like. I've sat in it consciously in this life. Over picking a fight with Wolfman, I just want to point out. When you're called to do the right thing, and you, by your own free will, refuse to listen to your heart, and just be hateful, and mean, and ugly, because it feels good, you will be judged. And the consequences will be severe. That's the end of that. Praying for someone like you, there's plenty of people like you. You don't have to pray for them. You're already calling them in. They'll be there to share your table. It took me a long time to just kind of accept it. Sometimes it's saddening, sometimes it's not. There's nobody like me. By definition, he put me in everybody, but you're not like me. You're a thread of the fabric of what I'm made of. A simplistic thread, a very small thread of what I'm made of. So by definition, we are similar because you carry the seed of what I am inside of you, but very watered down through time. You're the most watered down version of God and Goddess, and not even taught that there is even a such thing as Goddess. So how can you honor what I am when you don't even believe it to be? You believe in the devil. That's what you are. You are what you believe in. This definition of this entity that you've given all authority to is you. And you proclaimed it to be something like me? God's chosen one? God's holy, divine being? God destroyed me? God did what with me? No. 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 It was man that went mad. God never destroyed not one fallen angel. They fell to the temptations of man. Always welcome to come home when they surrender that free will, the things of this world. When you're ready to give it up, you can come back home and do your job. But you have to give up the things of the flesh. Stop wanting stop desiring the things of this world, and then you could come home and do your job. It's so much more fun to sit here and feed our flesh and be, you know what I mean? Free to do whatever the fuck we want all the fucking time, instead of just sitting there and being loved by God and taken care of by God and just there doing God's great works. We'd rather sit here and just create complete chaos, anarchy, fucking absolute devastation in the world we live in. So much more fun. Yeah, it gets lonely after you leave the darkness. You can always go back. It's always on fire. It's a choice. I don't know. It's one of the hard parts, is realizing if you ever get there that you're not like them. The only thing that makes you like them is their teachings that still live within you. Are you really as fucked up as your uncle and your aunt and your twisted cousins? Are you really their family? Like you guys really are, or you just happen to be connected by blood works? Does the blood work? It keeps you like-minded, you're just like these people? Or it keeps a loyalty to these people that you're nothing like, and now you have to tolerate things that you would not tolerate with any other person, but because they're blood related, you have to give them some certain preference, or, you know what I mean, a hall pass, or, they're allowed to get away with worse behaviors because they have your blood. So in essence, they're not covered by the blood of Jesus, they're covered by your blood. As long as they're covered by you, they're covered. Something to think about. Deep as it might be. I'm kind of burnt out. That was a really hard card. That was a really deep one. I'm gonna actually leave it at that. Really? Yeah, I don't really want to go into another deep card. I'd like to go to bed again. I gotta start. We gotta do a retake of today, so I gotta wake up early tomorrow and try to start that job again tomorrow. We did figure it all out though, because like I said, I tried to figure out the second job, and it would have been chaos for me to just do a part-time with them. So that's where I realized, in that context of trying to work 2 jobs in one day, and I was like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. On my days off, I'll work with you, and that makes it more. It gave me some direction, realistically, because I didn't know what I was gonna do about this whole situation. And we'll just kind of go from there and see if things work out. That's what it is. You manifest hoping everything will work out, but maybe it won't. And that's what Homegirl said. She's like, dude, you should be... I heard somebody. She's like, you should be glad that you got 1 job. I was like, it's not that. It's like keeping the jobs. But at the same time, I wasn't over-manifesting, and that's why I don't oversaturate anything. God told me to go for both at the same time to have this challenge that I'm currently facing right now. I'm not really sure until it all plays out why he told me to do this and how this is going to work out, and if it works out where I actually work out both of them, or what the case is. I just do what I'm fucking told. And that's because of lifetimes of, that lifetime of Lilith not doing what she was told. All God told me to do, bro, was to lay with that man and be bountiful. Be happy.
Yes.
Love him and have his children and have a happy life. I didn't do that. And that's why I'm here. Trying to do what he said. With I wouldn't even say the same barriers, I'd say even worse. Now we have all the karma of all my lives. It's like twice as hard now. Really? It's twice as hard. Because now I have the knowing. Before I didn't have the knowing as to why I didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to. Now I know why I didn't want to do it. And now I still have to do it. So in the essence, it's like, you can't force me to be in a relationship with you, bro. Nobody can. It has to be me, and it has to be me doing it because I want to. Not because I have to, but that's why I was like, you can't stop this. I know I have to. Meaning, God's going to make this happen one way or another. Really? Yeah, somehow. I can't stop it, but I have to give into it to enjoy it. Otherwise, I'm just kicking and screaming through it. And that's the whole point. As he said, I was going to enjoy it. There you say, God. There you say. Some of your lives aren't that difficult. Mr. Plum, again, he's 70-something years old. He's not married and did not have children. He did not come here to do that. He did not come here to do that. It's not to say he's not too old, but it wasn't a life's desire. He spent all of his life raising other women's children. Did he not have a sexual desire? I don't know. I didn't talk to him about any of that. I'm a woman, so that's an uncomfortable conversation. I'm sure other men could talk to him about stuff like that, but I didn't. And, when we're talking about the difference between sex and love, then that could be the answer right there. But that wasn't something that his life wasn't meant to do that, and it wasn't less fulfilled. And that's what it is like he says it. I didn't marry a woman, I married my work. And that gave him a chance to not raise just his family, but all families for generations, bro. He has literally taught generations of these families. Their grandmothers, their mothers, their fucking kids, because they have them so young. Literally, oh yeah, everybody knows Mr. fucking Plum, bro. They only had one school in that town for such time. And, you know what I mean? And one class for each, so yeah. Some of you're not supposed to do that. Some of you are here, you know what I mean, like Pac. Did Pac miss out on his life? No. He came, he saw, he did what he was supposed to do. Same thing with Kobe and his daughter. You're like, she missed out on her life. No, she lived her life. Exactly what she was here to do. She was supposed to come and leave with him. He was her, you know what I mean? They had a soul pact, bro. She was going to come in and be his biggest blessing and, daddy's girl, and they would always be together. They came into this, you know what I mean? He brought her into this world. They were going out together. It's a beautiful story, bro. And she's already reincarnated to have her next life. She's going to be an Olympian. Male or female, who knows? That's not really the case. It doesn't matter. She could have said, yeah, that sucked being a woman basketball player. I'd rather be a man next time. It's her choice. I mean, realistically, why do I have to be the woman? That's what I say all the time with God. No, you are God in the woman form. Yeah, but I'm like less powerful in the woman form. No, you're all powerful. And that's what I got to teach everyone all the time. God in the woman form. We operate a little differently, but I'm still God. In the sense of, Jesus was a better feminine than I was. I was too much God. He was too goddess. He was more goddess than he was God. You have to know God, bro. God's real stern. Stern. Howard Stern. Howard Father who art in heaven. Howard Father. Sounded good. That was a good God joke. Good God joke. Alright, I don't know. I mean, I have this soul tribe and they all came in and they're all here with me. They're not very far. Geologically, you know what I mean, like on the map, perhaps, if you saw the world as distance and time. But that's not real. Energy isn't. They're not far. It's not like a place. It's not like Lewis is somewhere. Where is Lewis? Where's my connection with Lewis? In my heart. I don't have to go somewhere to get to be with Lewis. Where's Jesus? Is he only in the church on Sunday? He's only in the statue? He's only on the cross hanging for you, looking down, naked? I don't want you hanging on me naked, bro, crying and bleeding on me, please. I'd like to see you happy. You know what I mean? Passing out food and with a smile on your face. I don't want to see all that. Really? Yeah. And then there's baby Jesus. I like baby Jesus more. Just kidding. You didn't know.
Do you think Jesus got invited to a lot of weddings because he could turn water into wine?
No. I don't think so.
Wine?
No. He didn't do it for everyone. He wasn't turning all water into wine. He only did it once.
Oh.
He did it at the Last Supper. It was just that. He didn't do it at every supper. They weren't just whining out. They weren't winos. It's a funny thing to think of. And I'd like her to think about questions about Jesus. What would Jesus do? Is it real? What are you doing? That alone, that thought about asking about him is going to bring him into her conscious. He can teach you a lot. What does he teach you? How to be a good person. It's like Mr. Rogers, bro. Mr. Rogers wouldn't let us get away with that. Did you see Mr. Rogers sit down with Tupac to write a song about his feelings? Oh, God. Really? Yeah. You need some Jesus in your life. For the rest of it, I don't know. You can replace any part of your life with Jesus. Really? Yeah, he'll make you feel okay. And just God in general, dude. And that's what's really cool about discovering, being a pagan priestess, is I get to show you all the fun layers of God throughout time. How he dressed himself up in different skins and came and conquered. Really? Great stories, bro. Great stories of how God came and conquered. And how he conquered man. You know what I mean? Going back to it, it's like, the stories of us prophets and shit, it's like, fuck. He's gonna come to you one day. It might not be him. He might send one of his angels. He might send Gabriel. He might send Sandalphone through music. He might send, I'm not sure, but he's going to come for you. And what's he going to want? He's going to want you home. And he's going to tell you what it takes to come home. And he's not going to leave you alone until you get your ass back home. That's all that means, bro. And that's a good thing. He's going to send a whole army to come get your ass. He's picking up people. They're abducting them into the awakening left and right. The awakening is you waking up and coming home. You've been asleep for a long time. It's time to wake up and come home. That's all that means. But you're going to have to do a lot. You're going to have to take off everything to come back home. You have to take off all this experience. You have to take off the flesh. Let your spirit be free. And we talked about that earlier. By doing what your heart is calling you to do. That's God. It's your own voice inside of you. Inside of your heart in the beginning. You'll start to hear the other ones. But at first it's just your own higher self calling you to be brave and do some shit. Little by little, take the shit off. Take off the responsibilities. Take off the pride. Take off the vanity. Take off the greed. Take off the lust. Take off the fucking gluttony. Take all of this shit off, bro. All the hurt. All the hatred. All the envy. little by little, we're going to take it all off so you can be free from this experience that it put all... You didn't come in with all that shit, bro. That shit got put on you since birth. Really? Yeah. Some of you, they literally put gold chains on you when you were babies. They fucking put your asses in fucking J's when you was babies. J's on my feet. And now you wonder why you have this unbelievable addiction to tennis shoes and you can't stop. They put that on you, dude. You could take that off, bro. Realistically, yeah, bro. I don't want to ever wear Crocs either, but... because it's a crock of shit. But, you know, I'll go barefoot if we have to. Did you know that Crocs are made in Colorado? Just let me point that out. It's a crock of shit. I hated those shoes since the beginning they came out. They're trying to make them all designer and pretty. Bitch, they're ugly. They're fucking ugly, bitch. They're ugly. And that's where it is. They're practical. Then my son, you know, talking about some Yeezys. Bitch, they're ugly and they're not practical. They're not practical. And they're expensive. And that's not practical. Realistically, yeah. I'm just saying. Jesus didn't even have underwear. He wore rags and flip-flops. And sometimes he had to ask people for help. God's most chosen child had to ask people for help. Who would imagine? Goes to show you, bro. It doesn't matter how anointed you are. Sometimes you need some help. And it's going to be your people, you know what I mean? Your very people are the people that won't help you. But he'll send people, strangers, that have been where you've been. And they actually, you know what I mean? They have a big heart. I love that. What were you watching all day that was making you all sad?
Oh, angel trees and senior angel trees.
She was watching angel tree videos about people that, you know what I mean, put a wish on a tree.
Yeah, you put your name on the tree and then you buy stuff for people.
She was telling me that old people be asking for help with, you know...
dogs and groceries and veggies and eaters, and it just made me sad.
Made her really sad how these old people are asking for some help, something for Christmas.
And the baby ones, she was like, I put it down for 12 to 18 weeks. She put 18 to 24 so she could grow into it for the whole season. And she was sobbing about it. She was like, I love you so much. It was so sad.
People need help.
They even do them in prison. They do angel trees things in prison so that...
And I've told you about this, you know, some people are too prideful to ask. And as we say this, if you know an older elderly person in your community somewhere, try to give them some love. You might be the last person to give them love on this holiday. You know what I mean? They don't need to be your elderly for you to care for them. Just kind of throwing that out there, you know what I mean? And these struggling parents, bro, they're having a hard time with food. Well, I think that all kind of worked its way out. But even that, bro, a lot of people are mad because they make too much to get help with food. I hope now that those people will, you know, humble themselves and go hit some of these food banks that they've totally stocked up for the holidays. But, you know, you don't have to offend someone by helping someone. That's not offensive to help somebody, bro. You know what I mean? It doesn't, and I talked about this last month. It's like, you know, I don't mean to offend you, but I'm in a position to help. I'm just looking for someone to help. Is there anything I can help you with? Don't do it with any expectation, only just the chance to be God, to play God and to be a helping hand to somebody, an absolute stranger with no strings attached. It's a beautiful time. That's what this season is about. It's about giving. Not giving to the same hungry motherfuckers that you give to every year, but being a giving tree and knowing that the tree has always got more to give. It's like, I'm not made of money. No, but money grows on trees. Just want to throw that out there. She was telling me about that today, and it made her cry. Thinking about old people that had wishes for Christmas and how little their wishes were.
Like dog treats?
Like dog treats and stuff. Like stuff they wish... They didn't even want something for themselves. They wanted something for their pet. They're on tight budgets. Old people can't get jobs, and whatever they have is what they have, and what they don't have. They work their whole lives, and they can't, their body will not let them get more things now. It's not a bad thing. I don't think you should be out there like Russ buying them new cars every fucking month and sending them on vacations and, you know, designer this and that. But there's a lot of retirement homes that would like, you know, something. Just a happy face. A show of life. I really like that about that place that I worked at for just that little bit. Their mission was to change the way of aging. They have life. They just might not have family. They just might not have friends. They might not have finances. But they have lots of life. You know, talking about Mr. Plum. It's not really anything you could buy him. He'd be grateful for anything. And he'd tell everyone about what you got him. He'd be grateful for anything, but if you asked him, you couldn't possibly think of something. But, you know, like I said, spending time with him, oh man, all he's got is time. And he can fill it with the greatest stories of time. Things of time. They're really great. Old people, they're books. They're filled with so many adventures. They're filled with so many stories. They got recipes. They got secrets. They know people's secrets, bro. They know secrets. They're about to take them to the grave if you don't get them out of them. They know all kinds of great stuff, bro. They do. They've seen the turn of time. They've watched time since they got here. It's pretty cool. Take some time to get to know them before their time is up. It's pretty cool. Hey, I love you guys. We'll catch you tomorrow sometime in the future. Later, haters.